Rachel Zegler was furious at Brett Cooper for being cast as Snow White over her. But now it seems she's finally breathing a sigh of relief. Why? Because Brett Cooper has officially announced her departure from the Daily Wire. Yes, you heard that right. Brett is no longer with the company that planned to feature her as the lead in their Snow White production. Rachel was convinced she couldn't outperform Brett at the box office, but with this sudden twist, where does the rivalry stand? Is the feud between these two actresses truly over? Let's dive into the drama, because this move has left their Snow White counter-production hanging by a thread. It's no secret that the Daily Wire had ambitious plans, a bold attempt to rival Disney's controversial Snow White with their own version starring Brett Cooper as the lead. For Jeremy Boring and Ben Shapiro, this was their big chance to challenge Disney and claim a long-awaited victory over the media giant.
Brett has now left the Daily Wire, and off the bat, I'm really sad that she doesn't get to keep her channel. I understand that it's the Daily Wire's IP and that they own that show, the comment section, but if that was the goal off the bat, then it shouldn't have been so personalized.
But with their lead star now pursuing new opportunities, their ambitious David versus Goliath story suddenly seems less promising. It's almost like the battle ended before it even began. The situation is more significant than it appears. Brett Cooper isn't just another conservative media figure. She's a dynamic force who brought a completely new audience to the Daily Wire. Her ability to connect with younger viewers was unmatched within the company. Let's not overlook her incredible achievement of building her channel, comment section with Brett Cooper, from scratch to over 4 million subscribers in just a few years. Brett Cooper's unique personality, sharp wit, and ability to make serious topics relatable are qualities you can't simply replace with another host. This is why many are speculating that the Daily Wire might have made a huge misstep in letting her go. Whether it was about financial disagreements, creative control, or performance expectations, one thing is clear. Brett understands her value and wasn't afraid to bet on herself. She brought an audience to the Daily Wire that their current lineup simply can't replicate.
Daily Wire's It Girl has quit. Brett Cooper, who they hired 3 years ago and then built a set for, looking like she was an ordinary teenage girl in her bedroom making YouTube videos, but it was a Daily Wire set, skyrocketing her to 1 million subscribers.
Brett's viewers are younger, more engaged, and exactly what any platform needs to expand its influence. Unless the Daily Wire has a secret ace up their sleeve, it's hard to imagine who could step in and fill the void she's left behind. Let's be honest, trying to replicate Brett Cooper's magic is next to impossible. This isn't just about replacing a host, it's about losing someone who had become a brand in her own right. Brett Cooper's departure doesn't just jeopardize the Snow White project, it shakes the core of what the Daily Wire has been striving to build. This counter-production wasn't just another movie, it was a bold declaration, a chance to prove they could challenge Disney and possibly beat them at their own game. But without Brett as the face of the project, its potential suddenly seems much dimmer. What adds even more intrigue to the situation are the swirling speculations about why Brett decided to leave. There's no concrete explanation yet. Was it due to creative limitations, unmet performance expectations, or financial disagreements?
Of these soulless live-action bastardizations from Disney, where they're taking animated classics and destroying them, because that's what they're doing. That's what they have done.
The rumors are flying. Some believe Brett wanted greater creative freedom to shape her content, while others think the Daily Wire couldn't meet her expectations. The truth? It's likely a combination of both. After all, working for a powerhouse like the Daily Wire often comes with a certain level of self-censorship, a trade-off not everyone is willing to make. Being part of a big company means dealing with expectations, contracts, and performance goals, sometimes pushing the limits of what's realistic. And this isn't the first time the Daily Wire has faced backlash over its demanding contracts. Not long ago, a controversy revealed that missing certain targets could result in financial penalties, a detail that's hard to ignore.
Here's what I think happened. I think she wanted a situation like Jordan Peterson, where Jordan Peterson is autonomous enough, he's his own person, he can kind of do what he wants, he doesn't have to do ad reads, but
Jordan Peterson's the only personality bigger than Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, but Jordan Peterson's bigger than Ben Shapiro. And so I think she wanted that, and they didn't see her as valuable as Jordan.
With all that in mind, Brett Cooper's decision to leave doesn't come as a surprise. She's already proven her ability to build a loyal audience and create a successful platform on her own. Now, she's taking a bold step, betting entirely on herself. The irony is, while this move might give Brett the freedom she's been seeking, it also puts the Daily Wire in a difficult position. Jeremy Boring and Ben Shapiro had a golden opportunity to take on Disney and strike a blow at the media giant, but it seems like they may have fumbled it. Without Brett Cooper, creating a live-action Snow White that can surpass Disney's version feels like an uphill battle. Brett Cooper's exit from the Daily Wire couldn't have come at a worse time, especially with the highly anticipated clash between Disney's Snow White and the Daily Wire's alternative Snow White, the Evil Queen. This was supposed to be a defining moment for Jeremy Boring and Ben Shapiro as they ventured into original content creation. It was their opportunity to directly challenge Disney and prove that conservative storytelling could resonate with audiences just as powerfully as the so-called woke narratives dominating Hollywood. But now, with Brett no longer attached, the entire project seems to be standing on shaky ground. And let's be real, this isn't just about a single movie. This was a symbolic move to show that Disney doesn't hold a monopoly on family entertainment. Now here's where things get even more intriguing. Some believe that Snow White and the Evil Queen had already put Disney on edge. When the Daily Wire announced their version, it seemed like a direct response to Disney's controversial take on their live-action Snow White.
Acting when she was younger, or I thought maybe she's just going to be a mom. She just got married and she wants to be a mom and not do the show. But the more I look into it, and after watching her message about her departure, it sure looks like it's about...
The move pushed Disney to reconsider some of its divisive decisions, or at least take a second look at its declining approach. Let's not forget, Disney has been losing public goodwill and revenue in recent years, and the Daily Wire was strategically positioning itself to tap into that growing frustration. If they had succeeded, it could have been a major win, not just for the Daily Wire, but for anyone challenging Hollywood's increasingly disconnected content. But now, the project's future is in limbo. Without Brett Cooper, who was meant to lead this charge, can the Daily Wire still land the knockout blow they were aiming for? It's tough to say. Brett brought much more than acting talent to the table. She brought her platform, her loyal fan base, and her unique ability to connect with younger audiences, all of which were crucial to the project's potential success. Losing Brett Cooper isn't just a blow to the movie, it's a significant hit to the Daily Wire's position as an emerging player in the entertainment industry. At the core of this situation lies a bigger question. Can a platform like the Daily Wire build a lasting legacy that goes beyond its headline personalities? Right now, the company's success is heavily tied to big names like Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, and until recently, Brett Cooper. But what happens when those key figures move on? Can the platform stand on its own, or will it falter without the very faces that brought it popularity in the first place? This is a challenge that any media company centered around personalities inevitably faces, and very few have managed to solve it. The Dave Ramsey Show is one of the rare examples of a platform that successfully developed successors over time, but even that took years of careful planning. The Daily Wire doesn't have the luxury of time to figure it out. Now, with competition from billion-dollar giants like Disney, the real question is, what's next for Brett Cooper? Some speculate she could follow in the footsteps of media heavyweights like Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly, figures who left major networks and built hugely successful independent platforms. But let's be real, that's no easy feat. Tucker and Megyn are rare exceptions, and replicating their level of success is far from guaranteed. While Brett's talent and existing platform give her a solid foundation, she's entering uncharted territory. Leaving the Daily Wire also means walking away from its infrastructure, production resources, and built-in audience. Now she's on her own, a move that's both thrilling and incredibly risky. What's your take on all of this? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit subscribe to stay updated on all the latest drama surrounding Snow White, Rachel Zegler, and Brett Cooper. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.